Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. I just realized today that it's February and I haven't done a monthly reading. For January, I just did the members only monthly reading, so I wanted to make this one public. And we're going to be using these three decks today. So, group number one is the traditional Rider Waite. Group number two is the Everyday Witch Tarot. And group number three is the Gilded Tarot. If you feel called to more than one, there just may be multiple themes or topics within the month of February that Spirit wants you to know about or that you're being prepared for, guided around. So use your intuition to guide you to the readings that feel relevant or resonate. Take what does resonate and leave the rest. These readings are not meant to replace your own inner guidance. They are simply meant to give you some intuitive nudges, synchronicities, confirmations, and maybe even some information about what's to come so that you can prepare yourself because, as we know, forewarned is forearmed. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your readings. Timestamps and or chapter notes are below. We'll see you there. All right, hi group number one, welcome to your reading. You chose the traditional Rider Waite Tarot for the month of February 2025. However, these are technically timeless readings. All my readings are, so even if they are dated for a particular month, that can still apply. The energy can still apply to any other month and or February in 2026 and beyond. So just take it how it applies. Okay, that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So we're going to do tarot. I haven't planned out any oracle cards yet, but I do feel like we'll find some and we'll grab some. And then we'll do charms and maybe letters. We'll see how I'm feeling once we get into this. I didn't plan this out. I just realized it was February this morning. It was like, oh, I should probably do that. Okay, so for group number one, what do they need to know about the month of February? And I actually want to ask, what is to come? So what is to come in the month of February for group number one? Oof, we are off to a roaring start. The devil. Okay, so there's going to be some, I'm hearing the word vices, which the devil can represent that. Okay, so you're going to be maybe exploring some vices in hopefully a healthy way in the month of February. The devil in the light sense can encourage us to embrace the physical experience. It can help us to get more grounded into our body. It can help us to explore the real sort of thresholds of the human experience. And it's only when we push that too far and let those vices or those experiences control us that it becomes the disempowering energy that the devil is kind of known for. So I'm getting the word temperance. Like if you can temper the exploration of these vices or these physical pleasures, then that's what you're being encouraged to do in the month of February, group number one. Queen of Pentacles. For example, with the Queen of Pentacles coming out, this could mean that you are tempering how much you spend, how much you eat, how much you experience the pleasures of the flesh, how much you drink, whatever. Because a little bit is okay. A lot is not. And that's not really a hard and fast rule, because sometimes a little bit is not okay. It really depends on the person, the situation, and what your intuition is telling you and what your body needs. So for some people, abstinence is what works best and it could fluctuate too. Like in my experience, sometimes I will get the yes to be able to kind of indulge a little bit. Other times I will get the no. And it's only when I go against the yes or I go against the no that I put myself in this disempowering energy. So I'm kind of getting this energy for you. This is the message, group number one, it's the beginning stages of this message, but this is what I'm getting right off the bat, is that you're kind of being asked to temper yourself in regard to these physical pleasures, whether it's spending money and you get that dopamine hit, or it's doing something fun, something playful. Maybe it's even creating art that can feel like an indulgence when you have other things to do. It can be just something simple like going outside and connecting with nature. That doesn't feel like devil energy, but in this context, it's the positive side of it where it's connecting you with your senses. It's getting you into your body. That's really what the like I said, what the higher side of the devil represents. Ace of Wands, sexuality could be something that you are exploring this month. Having fun, being playful, just any kind of pleasure is really what I'm seeing here. Group number 1. Anything that really kind of gets you into your body and allows you to feel like you're having a good time and things are fun. Okay. Just making sure that you don't go overboard. The World. This is actually something that you're going to see manifest in a way that gets you out into the world. So in February, you may have reasons to go out and spend money. You could be traveling. You could be starting a new project. I'm hearing something about an art career. So there's a message in here for somebody specific who has an art career. They want you to pay special attention. But this month, it's going to get you outside. It's going to put you in a new position. Maybe it's outside your comfort zone. Maybe it's literally outside. Maybe it's traveling out in the world. Whatever this is for you, the month of February is a great opportunity to expand your senses, expand your inspiration, expand the embodiment level, maybe even expand your wealth. I do want to clarify the Queen of Pentacles, but first I'm going to go from left to right. So let's do this in order. We have the Hermit. Okay, yeah, that's what I was getting with the World card, was that you're going to be getting out into the world. So it does feel, group number 1, like this month is going to be more extroverted for you than maybe, it depends on your disposition, right? Like if you're somebody who likes to be inside, who doesn't like to try new things, who likes to kind of be in your comfort zone and hide away from the world, this month may feel a little challenging, and maybe that's where the devil energy comes in. But if you can embrace this process and you can explore the experiences kind of like with fresh eyes, like a newborn would, really just kind of taking everything as it is and responding, this is actually going to really open you up to the potential that you hold, to new things that you may really enjoy. And I do want to clarify this Queen of Pentacles because I feel like there's some kind of an opportunity coming in when it comes to work, even though this month has a focus on pleasure as well. I think it's going to be like work and play. Yep. 6 of Wands. There's work success here. Financial success. I'm hearing actually financial literacy is what Spirit just said. So something about financial literacy in the month of February could be important. You could be educating yourself on that, starting a savings account. You could be investing. Or this could be you understanding the energy dynamic of investment into yourself. So like if you've deprived yourself of some of these physical pleasures, you've been on like a no spend streak, and then all of a sudden you have an inspiration that allows you to earn more, or that allows you to feel comfortable dipping into your savings a little bit to explore some of the fun that you need. It feels like a replenishment. It's like you're putting gas in the tank in some way, whether it's literal or energetic, maybe both, because you're exploring the world, right? Either way, it's giving you like a top up is really what I'm feeling here. Knight of Wands. There's a lot of passion. Okay, let me just say there's a lot of passion in this energy for February, group 1, and I'm excited for you. Like I'm excited on your behalf because it feels like you're going to be having fun. You're going to be exploring new territory. You're going to be just kind of doing what you want to be doing, which is really cool. The 4 of Wands. I really see you in the month of February going out into the world and going and doing things. This 4 of Wands in this reading is speaking to me strongly of events that you're going to be going to, things that you're going to be attending, people that you're going to be celebrating with. It feels like fun. It feels like parties. And maybe it's because you're celebrating a new era of health, or a new era of financial wealth, or a new era of your business or something. It feels like, oh, wow, look at that Magician on the bottom. Strong Magician energy here. I can feel that. So this is this is a powerful month. Like, you're really going to be shining. You're really going to be putting yourself out there. Or that's what you're guided to do. Like, if you don't have the direct opportunity, then this is what you're being guided to initiate with that Ace of Wands. But yeah, you're being given, I think, this guidance so that you can either create that opportunity or so that you can seize that opportunity when it presents itself to you. I want to say, like, be open to whatever comes your way this month, because it will be exciting if you let it be. I did just get a message from the Devil and the Hermit here on like the lower vibrational end. If your tendency is to introvert, if your tendency is to kind of hide away from the world, not put yourself out there, not be seen in the spotlight, not go out and have fun, not participate when you're invited to things, I'm seeing an encouragement here from Spirit to kind of like look at that. You don't have to force yourself to do anything you don't want to do. Like, that would just defeat the whole purpose of what this guidance is, because it's about enjoyment. But there is something to be looked at there if that does come up. It doesn't feel like that message is going to be for everyone, but it's here, so I do need to bring it through. If this applies to you, what Spirit's recommending is that you just kind of look at where the resistance is around going out or doing something or trying something new or starting a new project, whatever this is. Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of success? It's some aspect of your mind trying to keep you safe. But what is actually going to really benefit you and help you to thrive and grow is to widen your social sphere, actually, is what I just heard. Okay, that's very specific. Widen your social sphere. You could be making new friends. But what I was going to say was to get out of your comfort zone. And then what they showed me and what they said was the widening of the social sphere. So it feels like this is actually something that has been a long time coming. I just got that message as well, group number 1. It feels like it's been a long time coming, that you've manifested this on some level. Whether you realize that or not, you definitely, like, you're the one holding the wand here. You created this. And maybe you even manifested something physical that feels like a great success. And you did it from behind the scenes through a lot of introspective work and dealing with a lot of sort of like the distortions that the devil card can have, or that the devil energy can have. Like, you found balance is actually what Spirit just said. Yeah, that's the Temperance energy. You found balance, and you did this because you felt the call internally. The intuition was screaming loudly, is what Spirit just said. Okay. Your intuition was screaming loudly at you that this needed to be looked at or dealt with, healed, whatever it was. It needed to be brought to your awareness, and it needed to be understood so that you could accept it and then move in a new direction more consciously and intentionally. And I see you either doing that or having done that and getting the results in February. And those results, as I was saying before, are going to manifest in a physical way. So parties, events, travel, new projects, new creative ideas, financial income increasing, feeling very stable, secure, lots of good food, good company, lots of fun. You could be taking care of your physical appearance. I'm hearing something again about an experience. So there's like positive experiences that you're welcoming in because you've manifested them. And you could be feeling really nice and secure and happy and content with that, because you're seeing sort of like the feedback from your holographic reality proving to you that you are powerful and that you can do this, and that I'm hearing that you're good at it, that you're good at manifesting, and that it doesn't always have to be painful or difficult or challenging, even though there is some aspect of shadow work that you did or will consistently have to do. The results are totally worth it. Totally worth it. Okay. Let's clear these and let's do, yeah, look at that. Devil on the bottom and the Six of Wands on the top, and the way I gathered it up. So it feels like you're triumphing over some of this shadow. I'm hearing the word impediment. Things that used to impede you are no longer impeding you anymore. You're releasing some of the unhealthy inhibitions and allowing yourself to really be free. Cool. Love it. All right. So we'll sit those there. And do I want to do Oracle? Okay. Weirdly, you guys are getting the Soul Journey Oracle cards. So I do I just even the deck name. It feels like this is a big sort of turning point for you because you've mastered some level of the soul journey, or you're not mastered, but like you've you got on top of it is what Spirit just said. Okay, you got on top of it. So maybe something was getting away from you and you got on top of it and you're feeling good about that. And then you can reward yourself. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. I'm telling you, group number 1, I'm telling you now, you're going to have opportunities this month. And you're going to be pleased about it because it's like, I keep hearing it's been a long time coming. Okay. Happiness. 2 green cards too. You're going to be feeling so much, feeling so happy, feeling so grateful. It's emanating from your heart chakra. Green ray energy. You're feeling healthy. You're feeling strong. You're able to manifest this. You're confident in your ability to manifest. You're confident in your ability to stand in your power. You're confident and feeling really, really pleased with the results you're getting. I'm also noticing the dolphins here, which can talk about communication. It can talk about family, friendship, community bonding. I'm hearing community bonding. And they're showing me the 4 of Wands in my mind. So you're doing some community bonding, going out with some friends, some family, maybe even coworkers or colleagues. Like it just feels like you're having a great time this month. I'm so happy when these like nice messages come out and it's not all like doom and gloom, you know? Let me see. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Both of these cards are talking about love. So I think you're forgiving yourself for blocking yourself off in the past, maybe like hiding behind a facade or not showing yourself enough affection, I'm hearing. Okay. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I really feel like this happiness and this ability to kind of see the results this month is boosting your self-esteem. I was getting that from the yellow energy here of the Magician, and that's why I said confidence just a second ago. So these soul gifts are really shining for you this month, and it's leading to a lot of victory. You're being seen, recognized, you're going out, you're hitting the town, you know, you're going to an event, maybe you're hosting one, I don't know, but you're doing something here this month, group 1, that is going to bring you a lot of satisfaction. Makes you feel good about yourself. You're grateful for the experiences. You're grateful for the friendships, and you're able to let go of some things in the past that maybe felt a little heavy or daunting. Yeah. Okay. On the bottom, we have regret. You're letting go of any regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So even if you were kind of stuck for a time being, you're not in that anymore. This month is different. And you did have the World card. So that's talking about ending a cycle. And this is where you're getting so much satisfaction because it's like it doesn't need to repeat anymore. Okay, let's do your charms. We're going to do the charm chart so we can get an idea of kind of what's going on in these different sort of, what do you call it, quadrants or sections of your life. So for group number 1, what can they expect or what do they need to know in the month of February for their greatest and highest good? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Lot fell in mental, and this one is rolling around all over the table. This is like the little strawberry juice, and it reminds me of happiness and satisfaction as well. It's okay. I'm seeing right now visually, I'm being shown like a patio with a white balcony or railing on it and soft cushion outdoor couch and somebody having like a like some punch or something. So I don't think that's literal, but you never know with these types of readings. It feels like pleasure. It feels like sweet. It feels comforting, feels like home. Like that's really the vibe I'm getting. It feels like home. Okay, so let's take a look at what you've got going on here this month. I'm going to start with the emotional. You have the cat on a branch, and this one can talk to me about going out on a limb, taking a risk, taking a chance, and going after what you want, because I'm just noticing right now that there's like this little diamond here that he's looking at. So he went up there to get that. It's a thing of value, and he kind of put himself out there to go up higher and get it. So again, it's like emotionally, you're going outside of your comfort zone, but it's totally worth it because you get the prize. It's totally worth it. You get the prize. In between, and this is, oh, right. And I also want to mention that this is in between emotional and physical. So emotionally allowing yourself to get outside of your comfort zone pushes you physically to do that. And then you get that value. In between mental and physical, you have, what does it say? Do as you would be done by. Almost too simple, but this is all you need to get by. Arbor. Okay. And this little sea urchin guy, which often talks to me every time this charm comes out, it feels connected to cycles. And you did have the World card, which is the ending of that cycle. It's the closure. I'm hearing releasing the past. This can have to do with past energy. So you are doing unto others as you would have done unto you, thinking positively. I'm hearing, okay, good. Thinking positively, because that manifests. Thoughts become things. So pay attention to your thoughts, your beliefs, and set intentions very intentionally. So you've got a mental link to the past that is showing you how to direct your energy. And this is showing up physically as well. So it's part of the manifestation process. I just saw 2121 on the recording time. It's like good intention, being in that energy of gratitude. It's very sweet, and it just expands out and creates more of itself. Like attracts like. I get the sense, group number 1, that in February, you're going to be seeing things really clearly. And interestingly, because you're seeing things clearly, you're also being seen clearly. Because again, it's like this mirror, like attracts like. There's opportunities for you to be adored and to adore. Actually, I want to go in for this one first. You've got the little bunny with the carrot in the mental realm. Oh my God, I love this. It's like you're getting the carrot that was dangled in front of you for so long. You're getting the carrot, mentally feeling that satisfaction. And that's where that gratitude and the happiness comes in, because you're like, wow, I finally get to enjoy this. I finally get to like kick back, and there's no stress or there's no worries. It's very, very sweet. It's very positive. It feels like dreams come true. Even if it's just little things, like you get to just do something you want to do that day. But it feels like this is spanned over the whole month. So like you get lots of opportunities to do what you want to do. And it feels really good. Now I'm being drawn to the saw. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I heard Spirit say, I came, I saw, I conquered. Boom. Ugh, that's hilarious. I love puns, and I just never would have thought of that. So anyway, Spirit's got a great sense of humor. You're going to be laughing. You're going to be having fun this month, because that's the energy that they're bringing through, really strong. And the saw here is like you're conquering something in the mind. And that's why you're seeing this result. That's why things are starting to blossom. Now they're finally taking me to, I wanted to pick this one up for like the last, however long, the last 2 charms. I was looking at this one and it was calling to me, but I then kept being pulled in different directions. So maybe this has been something you've been trying to see come to fruition for quite some time. But mentally, there was something that was kind of blocking you, cycles from the past, patterns of karma, because you do have this one always reminds me of Saturn, this little, yeah, it's got the rings on it, right? So it's like, again, the energy green being significant here. But anyway, it's like there was some lessons you needed to learn about how your mind works and how this is a conduit for your intuition, and how you kind of needed to push yourself outside of how you thought or how you felt to change the physical, to manifest something, to really be able to experience life in a new way. And this month, you get it down, or you're seeing the results. You rise above it, right? The saw, again, I was getting this message, the saw, I was getting that message also about you being seen. And I just realized that saw can also be the past tense of seen. So maybe in the past when you were seen, you didn't feel necessarily comfortable. But this time, mentally, it's more satisfying. Actually, it feels like a gift. It's like because you're seeing yourself, you're being seen. So it's not like you're looking for external validation. You're seeing yourself in your, Spirit said, in your true light. And then as a result of that, you're being able to show up and show out in the world. That's so funny. I heard being fabulous and they showed me the unicorn. So you're being seen as fabulous, colorful, unique, special. People are looking at you, seeing your beauty, and not this unicorn. I know I'm jumping around here, but this is where they guided me. This unicorn is in the spiritual, not in the physical. So people are not seeing your physical beauty. They're seeing your spiritual beauty. You know, when you look at someone and they have something about them, like they radiate magnetic energy. They have like this pull to them. It's satisfying just to be in their energies, just to look at them. Like they have such a positive, high vibrational aura, and they are quite beautiful at the soul level. And I, as a clairvoyant psychic medium, can see that shit. Like I will look at people and be like, oh, you've got a beautiful soul. And when I look in someone's eyes who has really, happy, healthy soul, and they've worked really hard at that, I can't help but smile. Like my face will just crack into this huge beaming smile, unbeknownst to me. Like I don't even mean to do it. It's just like an unconscious reaction to that person's energy. And this is what you're exuding this month, group number 1. This is like beyond fantastic. I am not just hyping you up. This is legit. I have to be 100% honest when Spirit brings through messages. Sometimes that's heavy. Sometimes that's a little bit deep. Sometimes it's confusing. This time, it's like ridiculously positive, and I'm super stoked for you. Okay. I'm getting real excited. Okay. It's going to feel like Christmas. Look you've got the Christmas tree. You got the Christmas tree. So you're getting some kind of gifts. It feels like Christmas in February. We already had Christmas, but you're getting some kind of gift, or you're just having a great time. There's like some magic to it. There's like a magic in the air, and you're allowing yourself to really indulge in that, to take some time off to experience that, to be grateful for all that you have and all that you're being given, or that you're finally achieving or accomplishing. Because it feels like these were wishes that you set out a long time ago. Oh my God, look, it literally says, wishes do come true. On the wings of an angel, no less. Dang. Group number 1. I think this is the most positive reading I've had on my channel in a long time. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. You have to come back and in the comments, let me know how February plays out, because you may be feeling this right now. You may not. You may be like, this makes no sense, Siobhan. What the hell are you talking about, girl? I've been having a hard time. Just wait. Just wait. Because some intention, some wish, some work that you've been doing, it's coming to you. Wishes do and will come true this month. And I think part of that happening is you sitting down and watching this reading and affirming it and listening to me state it as fact, because energetically it is fact to me. I can feel it. I'm tuning into that future timeline. It already exists. And all you need to do is align to that. That's it. How do you do that? I heard somebody ask. You sit in that energy. You feel that gratitude. You feel the happiness. You invoke it within you, and lo shall it be. Okay, we're getting biblical here. Oh, I'm having fun. That's good. And this is the energy that you will be in the month of February. Now, in spiritual, in addition to that unicorn, you also have the golden starfish. Random, I've never gotten that from the starfish, but given what we've already talked about, it makes sense. They said achievement. Okay, so you are achieving something here. I'm hearing that you held on, and they're showing me like the suction of the starfish. You really held on. The currents threatened to toss you about spiritually, but you held on. And you remained focused. You came, you saw, you conquered. Yeah. Spiritually very strong this month as a result of some work that you've done beforehand and stuff you've been manifesting here. In the self, yeah, I actually want to talk about the moon first. He's kind of sitting in between self and spiritual. So you're getting like some psychic insight or some intuitive download is actually what I'm hearing. Psychic insight or intuitive download towards the beginning of the month is what Spirit's telling me. So pay attention to maybe like dreams, meditations, just any time that you're sitting in silence. It could even come in through when you're showering, like just any time that you're kind of in that contemplation mode, in that sort of hermit energy, you're going to get a download of what you need to do, or there's going to be some kind of information. They're also showing me an energy download. And it's coming through the heart chakra. So you're getting like a heart chakra activation this month, early on in the month, maybe like the first week or so. Use visualization to your advantage. Imagination, the dream realm, is an actual dimension. It is hi, kitty. Yes, baby. It is a state of being. Kitty is for confirmation. So she's letting you know, yes, this is really important. Because it helps you to access the vibration of that which you're trying to create. So again, this download comes in and it helps you feel that is actually what Spirit's telling me. It's like you've set the intention at the mental level. Oh, they're saying something about rewiring your circuitry. They're showing me like the branches of a tree. This feels like a neural upgrade as well. So it's like your brain is wiring itself for this new state of pleasure and gratitude and happiness so that it's sustainable. Like it's not a one-off. This is like something that you can not only achieve, but maintain over time. And it doesn't mean there's not going to be ups and downs, but it's like your grit at the soul level spiritually to really like hang on to this divine way. This is what they just said, this divine path. This is what's opening up these intuitive downloads that you're getting energetically to support you. Okay, really cool. Oh, and I didn't even put this together, but the koi fish windsock can talk about like a graduation, going from one level to another. And they did say getting on top of it, or like, yeah, the Six of Wands here does feel like a level up to me. So, I mean, yeah, they just kind of keep restating like how powerful this is and how quickly you're moving forward, because you get this download or this insight when you're in this contemplative mode. So yeah, don't skimp on the meditation, especially if it's like meditating on something enjoyable. Like literally just, they just showed me somebody eating some noodles, and like close your eyes and really feel the noodles in your mouth, really taste it, really savor it. There's something about like this grounded embodiment of being fully present in the moment that is part of the activation. It's part of the activation. So if you can just like slow down and be in the moment as many times as you can throughout the day, February is going to amplify that times like 1,000. So every moment of peace, every moment of joy, every moment of sensual pleasure, every moment of happiness, amplify the shit out of that group, number one, because you're going to see boom, 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 really quick. You're going to see that, like, they're saying something about retract. It's like you've thrown out that wire and you're pulling and retracting it, pulling those things to you. You're pulling the carrot to you. Yes. Okay. Because it was dangling in front of you for a while and you're getting it. And then you've got that tree with the heart. Yes. See what I mean? The heart chakra. And then the tree was what they were showing me in terms of like the neural rewiring and recircuitry. Your brain is so adaptive and so special. I'm hearing something about a special brain. A special brain. What do you mean? They said you are able to think differently, and then they said neuroadaptive. All brains are neuroplastic, which I think is super cool. But there's something about your brain, group number 1, that you are like silly putty. That's what they're showing me. They just showed me like Gumby. You can adapt to any situation. And that can be both a good and a bad thing, because with silly putty, you can like press into it and it will leave an indent. And you can like squish it up and it becomes like a blob of nothing. So, but you can also form it into something really cool. So I think you've just kind of like had to get to know yourself a little bit here, especially psychically. And it took some time. Like maybe it took years, maybe it took decades. But there's something about your brain that is very special, very unique with that, with the unicorn. And your brain is a conduit for this spiritual energy to come through. So even if your brain is different, like let's say, for example, you're like me and you're neurodivergent. You might get frustrated with your brain sometimes. You might have negative thoughts. Yeah, that just came up. You might feel like you can't control your thoughts or that they control you. Okay, I just heard imposter syndrome. We did have the self-esteem card come out. So I'm hearing contending with, and they're showing me a boxer in the ring doing a one-punch knockout and the bell going ding, 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 and him being, his arm being raised into the air in victory, which is that 6 of Wands energy. Okay, this is making sense. So you've got like a knockout punch here. You've got a recipe for success, and that fear may have come in and been like, it's a recipe for disaster, but you're like, no, you're overriding that, and you've got spiritual backup to do so. You've got a lot of support. Angels, spirit guides. I'm seeing a grandmother. One grandmother. Very specific. Okay. You've got support. And your brain is actually perfectly wired. Or not even wired. I want to say like your brain is perfectly structured to adapt. Because the wiring may have been faulty at some points. But the great thing about your brain is that it's so quick at adapting. And I think that is just amazing. I heard solo team, and I do feel like we're going to go into letters. So let me get that going here. Did we cover everything on here? Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to flip this over so that we can see the letters more clearly. I haven't done this in a hot minute. Okay. For group number 1. Yeah, your dreams are coming true. Group 1. In a big way. The first thing I'm seeing is the word 8. So they did give us that reference to food. I'm also seeing plate. Maybe you're going to have like a full plate, but in a good way, not like in a stressful, oh God, I've got so much on my plate kind of way. They are showing me spinning plates right now. Defying gravity. Oh my God. I saw Wicked last month or the month before. I can't remember. I saw Wicked when it was like in theaters, and defying gravity gave me full body chills. And I can't remember the actress or the singer's name, but her voice sends massive chills through my entire body, and it activates the heart chakra. Oh, and she's green. Something about the movie Wicked could be significant here. Maybe there's like archetypes that you're working with there. The Wicked Witch could be like part of that devil energy that you're kind of understanding. Green Ray, again, heart chakra, and defying gravity, like you're defying the odds in some way and you're sticking to your integrity. So something about the spinning plates and the food, there's just going to be a lot kind of offered to you. Dalmatian, I know we don't have all the, do we? No. Dalmatians could be significant, something about like spots. I know we don't have a Y, but I'm seeing plenty. Net and gnat. You're definitely catching something here that you've been trying to get. Number 10 could be significant. It feels like a completion. Plat, where you plateaued, okay, or you're getting up to a new plateau where you can actually rest and just like have fun. So in this case, the plateau is not bad because it's almost like you've been climbing this mountain, you've been gripping on for dear life. Oh, that's the starfish again. Yeah, you hung on, but you kept ascending. You kept going up and you finally get to this plateau where you can just like, take a breather and relax and let your hands, let the sensations come back to your hands and take a break and really have some fun here. I'm seeing the word get, but specifically with this T for some reason. Oh, TNT. Oh, wow. You are like hot fire this month, group number 1. You're a bombshell. I just heard. Okay. Energetically, you've got your energy is like on fire. Yeah. I'm hearing use it wisely. So like make sure that you're attracting or interacting with integrity. But yeah, if you can really like own this and feel super confident, it's like your energy is explosive in the best possible way and you can get a lot this month. Tenfold. I'm hearing tenfold. We did have the word 10. So you're going to be able to like 10x something here that started with the Magician, which is the number 1, and it goes to 10 real fast. 0 to 100 is kind of what it feels like. I'm also seeing the word plant. Planting the roots. Something you planted is finally sprouting. Male. A male energy could be significant here. We don't have an I, but I'm seeing detail. Pay attention to the details. Yeah, there's something about a man. They keep bringing me back to male and man. Mailman? Maybe you're being delivered something, but because we didn't have the I there, but oh, the I is missing. The I is missing. And they were giving us messages about you being seen or something, or seeing yourself. I just got the word gala. And that's what I was seeing before in that 4 of Wands energy. It's like you're going to be going and doing something fun, something fancy. Okay, again, we don't have all the words for it, but I use these letters more as prompts than anything else. I don't have to work with what I'm given here. I just let spirit show me what they want to show me. And they showed me the word detonate. Detonate. Okay, so we had TNT and detonate. So it feels like you're... I heard taking the plunge, and they're showing me that cat on the limb charm again in my mind. So you're going through with something. You're finalizing it, and you're like, all right, let's go. Breaking new ground on something, starting a new project. That's Ace of Wands energy, because what they're showing me is like one of those like plunger things that sets off the TNT in a building that you're deconstructing, or what is it called? Demolition. That you're breaking down because it's time for like a brand new thing. And it's what they're showing me is like this old, rotty old building that finally falls, and you put in its place this like super fancy, beautiful, high tech. It's like all glass and there's like trees and plants all in it. The sun comes in and it like concentrates the sun, and the sun's energy is like in the tarot to do with happiness and joy and growth, and you had plant and you have this solar plexus energy. So this metaphor, this symbolism is like you're building something that's sustainable. It's self-sustaining, I'm hearing, and it's healthy and it's beautiful and it's luxurious. That's why. Spirit was showing me the word paradise over and over and over again as a synchronicity the past few days leading up to this reading. And I literally woke up this morning and there was a bookmark. I'll grab it and I'll show it to you. There was a bookmark that was, I guess it was like sitting up on top of my bookshelf, and my eye fell on it right when I woke up, and it says Recovery in Paradise. And it's a spiritual retreat, 2017. So I don't know where I even got this. I've never gone to a recovery retreat. I've never needed to. I don't have any addiction issues, thank God, other than sugar, maybe video games. But yeah, no, it's mostly just sugar. But there's unity, self-God service, society. Like, this feels very relevant to you. There's a reason why this popped into my mind and why I was shown this morning. Oh, look, it's even got the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think I just grabbed this because I always need bookmarks. Because I always like pick up a book and then read halfway through and then pick up another one. And then I'm always like trying to keep my place. So yeah, it feels like basically what I wanted to say here was paradise. Like, the word paradise has just been coming through a lot, and it feels like this is relevant to your energy. Group number 1. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of connection, and you're being so guided. Maybe this is like mental recovery too. Yeah. Although the devil can talk about addictions and stuff, so it's like everything in moderation is kind of really, I'm seeing the word pattern. Again, we don't have the R and gall. Meant. Something is meant for you. And you kind of had you had to have the audacity to be willing to go outside this pattern, or to see the pattern, to recognize it, and then to be able to counter it, to do something about it, to shift it, to change it, to say no, so that you could really experience all the beauty. I'm seeing the word me and ant, actually, like using the same letters from meant. Ant can talk about hard work and lifting things. Defying gravity, again, they're saying defying gravity again. And the ant is like super strong for how small it is. So they can lift like, I don't know, 20 times their body weight. Don't quote me on that. It's something big. They can lift a lot. Something about ants. The other thing that this is reminding me of, automatic negative thoughts. Again, it's like there's some kind of mental rewiring that you've been doing, and it's really starting to show fruit or bear fruit. Yes, you. Yes, you. Who, me? Yes, you. And then they also showed me a scene from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and they were showing me Auntie. I loved Auntie. Do you guys remember that movie? And they ride around on Auntie. So it's like you've got some kind of support, or you've got like a friend. It's also reminding me of when they find the giant cookie, like they're eating huge chunks of cookies and cream. And it's just like, oh, isn't that everybody's wish? I feel like that's what you're going to be having, like strawberries and cream or cookies and cream this month in group number 1. It feels really, really nice. So I think I will leave it at that. You are the TNT here. You're the bomb. You're the bomb.com, group number 1. I'm sending you so much love, luck, sugar, spice, and everything nice for the month of February and beyond, for your greatest and highest good and the greatest and highest good of all. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. Don't forget to check out my new channel, The Divine Channel. I will link it below in the description box. We do collective readings rather than pick a card readings there. So they're more general, but they're messages that Spirit wanted me to bring through for you guys if you feel called there. So yeah, I thank you guys for supporting my channel here as well. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Everyday Witch Tarot for February. And the first thing right before I turned on the camera, I was hearing something about magic and do you believe in magic? And something about channeling could be significant here as well. So let's get into your month of February reading. Let's find out what's going on here this month. Yeah, I just keep getting this magic energy. Like you are magic, you're channeling magic this month. More than ever before, I'm hearing. More than ever before. 4 of Pentacles. B4, and it's 4-4 on the recording time right now. It was 44 seconds in. So number 444 or 44 could be significant here. B4. Something about B4. It's reminding me of bingo. B4, something about columns or rows, something about like the magic of a win. Let me see. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune. That's what I was just getting. Like, how did I get to bingo from B4? But that's what Spirit does. Like, they help my brain to associate things to receive the message. And the Wheel of Fortune is about gambling, or it's about winning something in this case. And it feels like something that you've been sitting on. Ooh, you've been sitting on treasure, group number 2. You've been sitting on treasure and you didn't even know it. I just paused there for a second and thought about, like, what is this treasure? Like, where is this coming from? Or what does this mean? 9 of Swords. I just heard it was hidden from you. For good reason. What? Why? They said packaged deal. What? Can you explain? Page of Cups. You've got some kind of gift, group 2. And in February, you're channeling it. I just keep getting that. You're channeling it. But there was something about this gift that maybe came as like a bit of a double-edged sword. Like, for example, with the Page of Cups here, he's the artist. In the beginning stages of learning your art, you may have had to deal with precarious emotions, right? Like, artists are so skilled because they can feel so deeply and relay that through their art, or even use the art as a way to channel those emotions out as a form of catharsis. So there's something here about like a bit of a double-edged sword, and you really had to, like, on some level get to a place where you were steady and therefore comfortable to be able to use this level of magic. King of Swords. You had to master the mind in some way, and in February specifically, you're bringing something through. You're building something. 10 of Cups. Manifesting magic. I just keep hearing that. What form is this going to come in? 2 of Wands. Options, opportunities. In some way, Give me a second, group number 2. I'm still trying to work this one out. What's happening here? The Magician. Yeah, okay. I'm not surprised to see that. That's what I'm saying. You've got the magic touch. I did just hear you're a creator. Okay, so those of you who are drawn to group number 2 here, you're creators. And we can look at that from many different levels. You could be a content creator. You could be an art creator. You could be a music creator or producer. You could be, well, you are a divine creator. We know that. Okay, you are a divine creator. And not just because you have this magic or this gift or this skill, whatever it is, but also just because you are part of the all. And the all is creator. And we are all creators. So that being said, it does feel like you're tapping into kind of like next level skills in regard to this magic that you hold, or this ability that you've been working with, and you kind of been on some level like gambling with it. I want to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Wands. It feels a little bit here, group 2, that you've been guarded with this magic because you were unsure of what would come of it, or you were afraid that it would be taken away. Or like I said, it was a bit of a double-edged sword, so it would come, like the good would come with the bad, and vice versa. Maybe you felt overwhelmed by choices and you had temporary analysis paralysis. It's, Three of Pentacles, another image of like painting something, working on something. One more. The Devil card reversed. This is interesting because group number 1 had the Devil card and the Magician, and now so do you. They're different, but I'm taking note of that because, you know, my brain's like hardwired for pattern recognition. The Judgment card on the bottom. And Death. Oh, okay. Oy, oy, oy. Group number 2. You kind of stumped me here. I'm not sure why. Things were flowing, and then all of a sudden I kind of like hit a barrier. Maybe this is what you felt like, or what, yeah, this feels like something. Okay. And I'm like restructuring the cards here. So it feels like maybe, and they're so lopsided. Sorry. I'm really trying, but yeah. Anyway, you could be like fixing something and it never feels like it's enough, or it's like you're trying, it's like, okay, I've got it. Now we're kind of hitting on it now. You have this magic to create, but with that comes some kind of stipulations. It's like, if you are good at creating just about anything, first barrier you need to get through is what to create. Secondly, it's how to create it. And then thirdly, it's when to stop. Like when you're making a painting, kind of knowing when it's done. And I'm getting this energy of like, the first hurdle is, like, what should I paint? I've got all these ideas and I don't know what to do with it. And then second is like, okay, now that I'm painting, what, like, how do I want it to look? What colors do I want to use? It's like too many options all the time. And then once you're in the process of painting, getting kind of frustrated and like nitpicky with the details and getting like hung up on things, and then that flow of magic kind of being obstructed. It's like you're kind of getting lost in the sauce a little bit and not realizing like how magical you truly are and how special this gift really is. So whatever you create, whether it's something artistic or not, like we could be just talking about your reality. Like the art could be just a metaphor for the fact that you create your reality. And you could be getting hung up on the details, or you could be feeling overwhelmed by the possibilities, or you could be feeling like you're not good enough at what you're doing. I don't know, but like it just feels like in February, you're kind of being asked to slow down and look at the details, but from a different perspective. And I mentioned this in one of the previous readings because this was a synchronicity that Spirit has been showing me, and they kept showing it to me after that reading, and I mentioned it. So when they do that, it's because it's meant to come up again, or there's something deeper that I'm meant to explore in that message. And what they were showing me was when an artist gets a little bit too sort of immersed into the painting and they kind of lose the perspective, what they will do is they'll turn that painting upside down, because then they can look at it with fresh eyes. And they kind of like step away for a minute and then come back with those fresh eyes and look at it upside down, and then they can see where things need to be tweaked or what they want to change to make it the way that they're intending it to be, but maybe it's not having come out that way initially. So that's what I'm feeling here for you in February. It's kind of like you have this grand idea, and luck is actually on your side in terms of creating that. Like, you have the skill, you have the timing, you have the tools, but there's more so just like something in the way that, you know what, let me just stop beating around the bush. This is perfectionism. Okay. This is perfectionism. Let's just call a spade a spade. And no, I'm not calling you out. If this doesn't resonate with you, then this message is, maybe some other part of this message is for you, but maybe not the perfectionism. But like, girl, I can recognize perfectionism from a mile away, because I literally inside, I'm like a 98th percentile perfectionist. Recovering, let me put it that way. I'm a recovering perfectionist. And I'm seeing this gamble of sorts paying off for you in terms of like maybe not needing to do something so perfectly in the month of February, like just kind of letting yourself enjoy the process rather than the outcome. Because that's what you're going to manifest. You're going to manifest from the energy of the process, not from the intention of what you're trying to create. So just kind of like let yourself explore and look at any areas where that perfectionism does tend to arise, because that devil energy is here, but it's actually working on your behalf, I'm hearing. That's interesting, because group number 1 had devil energy as well, but it was also sort of in more of a positive light. So it's there, but it's there to let you know where your thoughts are taking over and stopping or halting your progress, or interfering with the art or the creation of your design. So look to where that, like, get curious, I want to say, like, get curious and look at it more sort of analytically almost. Don't necessarily intellectualize your emotions, but actually, no, maybe that's a good thing here, because as an artist, you may, even if you don't resonate as an artist, you're a deep feeler, okay? That's what I feel here anyway. And you may get lost in your emotions sometimes. And I think that sometimes, in this case anyway, being able to kind of look at your emotions analytically and not pick them apart, but just try to understand that they're there for a reason and they're trying to tell you something. There's no wrong emotion. But maybe you've been misinterpreting them, or you've been confused as to why these emotions are coming up. And it could be in response to some belief sets that need to be kind of adjusted here. But I do love that you have the 10 of Cups under the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's talk about that, because this is important. It does feel like you have a deep sense of satisfaction coming from some kind of, I am hearing support network. So if you have a support network, you could really rely on them this month, and it could help you to kind of get out of your own way or get out of your own head. Yeah, like if you may not be seeing something clearly because you're too close to it, or you've been staring at it for too long. So get some like second or third opinions. That could be really helpful here. And it's not to say that you need to base everything that you're doing on these other opinions. It's just kind of like getting a different perspective is what I'm being shown here. So let's get into your, we're going to do just charms for you. They're telling me no on the oracle cards, so we're going to skip that. They just want me to get right into the charms. So for whatever reason, that's what we're going to do. We're also going to do letters, I think. Wait, yeah. Let's do like that. Boop. Okay. For group number 2, in the month of February, what do they need to know here? Oops. While I was doing that, I heard The Shape of You. I don't know, is that like a song or a movie or something? There could be some artwork that actually kind of helps you to put things in perspective. Okay, so in the physical this month, you have life is a gift. Life is a gift. Yeah, try not to get lost in the sauce, group number 2, because life truly is a gift, and you have a lot to offer in this life. You have a lot of gifts. You are the gift. I just heard you are the gift. So you don't need to be or do anything to be a gift. Just being yourself is enough. You have the cat and the butterfly in between emotional and physical. Sort of, it was like right here. So I'm feeling this energy of kind of like let yourself pursue things that you're curious about this month. Like instead of focusing so much on what you want, kind of let yourself like waste time a bit. Okay. I know this feels like counterintuitive. Like it's every fiber of my being is like saying, go the other way. Cause we're so hardwired for productivity and stuff like that. But I'm seeing this cat chasing the butterfly just like because they want to. It doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just because the butterfly is pretty and it's flitting around and it's fun to do that. So there's something about just kind of like doing what you want and letting yourself kind of be led. Oh, I didn't even notice here. You've got this. She's reminding me of kind of like the Pied Piper. Like let yourself be led, not by other people, but by what kind of like sparks your curiosity or what sparks your enjoyment. Or your creativity. Oh my God, look. Holy crap. Look. The cat chasing the butterfly. Jesus. Group number 2. This is a big message for you this month. Let yourself chase the butterfly. It's not about where you're going. It's about the enjoyment. And it may seem arbitrary and it may seem like a waste of time. But your spirit guides are actually coming in really strongly and showing me right now. And then also we've got this confirmation with these 2 cats literally chasing freaking butterflies. Like, what are the odds of that? Obviously pretty high because spirit works in very direct ways, especially through me. And in your life too, I'm hearing that you are meant to just kind of like let your creativity be free for a minute. Because under constraints and under pressure, it just smashes into something that you can't really even work with. It needs room to breathe. You need room to breathe. I want to jump up to the spiritual now. You've got this like black and white queen bee. Oh, you are the source. You are the creator. The queen bee creates the entire hive. They were showing me, I was seeing synchronicities this week and the last few days leading up to this reading of honeycomb and how it actually starts out as a circle, but then with the heat of the bees as they keep going to those little combs, it heats up, it warms up and it melts the wax a little bit and then it creates that hexagonal shape because the hexagon is like the most efficient shape. And it's just like pressure from all sides. And so that's the shape it creates. So bees don't actually make it that shape. That just kind of happens through the process of them interacting with it. So there's something about your creative process here that's like maybe it will turn out to be something that you didn't intend. And that's actually beautiful. And it's perfect. Because what are the odds that nature would create that amazing like structure of hexagons? Well, of course it's going to happen because it's just like natural forces being allowed to play out. It's like there's like a sacred geometry to it, the science of nature. So there's something about your creative abilities here that you kind of just need to let them do their own thing. Like they kind of exist outside of you. Look at yourself as the paintbrush or the vessel through which these creative thoughts, ideas, or artwork flows through. Like let yourself just be the conduit. Don't try to shape it quite so much and you'll be surprised with what comes out. Now you also have this like confetti ball. And this one kind of always reminds me of like a baby boy celebration, like a gender reveal. And since you do have the queen bee here, which is all about, reproduction and creation of like an entire hive, it feels like there's another message here about community and connections and working together. And yeah, like look at how all these little balls are kind of contained within this one thing. I am also getting a message that you get a lot of spiritual downloads. Like you are this vessel, and look at all these downloads that are in here. So don't try to control them too much. Just kind of let them out. I'm hearing being prized. You are being prized as a creator or something in the month of February, especially by spirit, because they're seeing like how solid of a vessel you are to be able to bring this in. I'm also noticing that life is a gift, and the baby boy thing here could be talking about a baby boy who's coming from the spiritual into the physical, maybe a nephew, a son, a grandson. There's a boy, male energy coming from the spiritual into the physical, whatever that means. Being brought life. This could be your art even. It doesn't have to be a human, a baby. It can be like you're birthing something here from the spiritual into the physical. This is the process of channeling. And look, it goes from the spiritual through the self and then into the physical. So just be the vessel. Like a mother is the vessel for the baby as it grows. She doesn't have to force the head to shape itself or the bones to grow. She just feeds. She just exists. She just takes care of herself, and then that baby is produced. So if you're an artist and this is resonating for you, just feed yourself, take care of yourself, and part of that is chasing the butterfly. So let that be your mantra. I want to say group number 2, chase the butterfly this month. Just chase the butterfly, because that's feeding your soul, and that is what's creating this beautiful, magnificent creation, whatever form it takes. Then we have, in between spiritual and mental, believe in love. I also heard believe in luck. Believe in love, believe in luck. There's some kind of luck in love, or there's luck in you pursuing whatever it is you're trying to create here. And working with others. I'm seeing luck in working with others. Okay, look, you've got the measuring tape in the mental. This is just screaming at me about procrastination again. It's like trying to measure everything, or trying to measure up, trying to perfect everything down to like the tiniest little degree. Just like throw this away, okay? Just throw away the measuring tape this month. You can pick it back up. It'll be there no matter what. Like if you need it, you can use it, but like get rid of it, okay? Because you don't have to measure up to anything. You just need to be. And I'm seeing that here with the what is this, tree pose or something? I don't know. I'm not super into yoga, but there's something about like, just be. Just be. Just focus on your own well-being, especially mentally, because you can create just about anything. The other thing I'm getting from these tools, actually, now that I'm noticing that you've got the hammer and the measuring tape in the mind, in the mental space, you could be fixing your thinking. You're being guided. That's what Spirit just said. You're being guided to fix your thinking in terms of some of that perfectionism. Procrastination may have been something as well, or getting distracted, like, and then being harsh on yourself about it. I don't know how this applies to you, but they're talking about kind of like upgrading or renovating your mental space this month. And part of that is like a creative process of like, just let yourself explore. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of go with it. Trust your gut is kind of what it feels like. And don't bash yourself for not measuring up. I also want to say that, because you do measure up. It's just a false perception of not. Okay, anyway. You've got the moon. I like how this color sort of matches this color, and then this is kind of like that. So it's like mental and emotional here, balancing those out, especially in the subconscious. And that this could be where you're finding some kind of balance, believing in love again. And this helps you to create, helps you to build something of substance, something that you're proud of, something that really speaks to your soul, because it came through your soul. It wasn't something that your human mind created. It was something that your soul inspired you to move through you, and you kind of got out of the way to let that happen. And I just think that that's a really beautiful process. You have the key, and it was sticking from self into mental. So the key is in your mind, and it's in the way that you perceive yourself. So when you kind of just let yourself be, I heard you don't have to stick it to them. What does that mean? And they're showing me the measuring tape again, saying you don't have to measure up. So it's like you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Group 2, you really don't. You don't have to prove that you're a great artist, or that you can do this work, or that you can be successful at something, or that you've got all these accolades. Like just create for the sake of creating, you know? Like just do what you want to do because it feels fun to do it, because you enjoy it. That's the key. Oh, it's part of it. Spirit just said, okay, that's part of it. The other part of it is your self concept, your identity, and your ability to kind of like, I think, here we're seeing yourself differently. That gives you the right tools to be able to build what you're building here. They just said an artist with a hammer is different than an artist with a paintbrush. And we've been using that analogy a lot in this reading. So that's interesting. It's kind of like the difference between a carpenter and a painter. They're both artists, but in different ways. One is more technical. The carpenter has to be very precise. The painter, maybe there is a level of precision to that as well, but there's more room for freedom of expression. It's like you don't have to keep pounding out the nails, is what they're showing me. You don't have to keep like hammering something. Maybe there's like a softer way to do it, a more free way to do it. Okay, something like that. Now we also have this eye, like the eye at the top of the pyramid, the capstone in the self. So your self-awareness, you're like, it's crucial here this month, your ability to kind of like look at things a little more objectively, because it does feel like you kind of got submerged into something for a while and maybe kind of got a little away from yourself or lost yourself. And there's good ways to lose yourself and there's not so good ways to lose yourself. Like losing yourself in the music, that's not a bad thing. Lose yourself in the music. But yeah, that's not a bad thing. But losing yourself in terms of like trying to rigidly adhere to something that's just not you, or that confines you, or hiding parts of you, that's not ideal. You got the sun here, but I'm noting that it is upside down. And usually I would just turn it around, but I felt like this was significant in the self. So the sun does have to do with the self. Like, for example, in astrology, the sun placement is us. That's like our conscious mind. It's our ego. It's the way we think of ourselves. It's how we express it. They're also showing me it's about creative passion too. They keep harping on that. Like group number 2, they keep going on and on about your creative passion and how you see yourself. Kind of maybe it needs to, oh my God, I just realized, turn it upside down. Like the example of the painting. You're not seeing yourself clearly. Turn it upside down. Walk away and then come back and look at it objectively. Maybe get a second or third opinion like they were saying before, because you're going to be able to see yourself more clearly. You're too close to it right now. You've been staring at it for too long now. It's starting to warp. Okay. That's really cool. You're going to get a fresh perspective and it's going to be so healing and so inspiring. And then lastly, you have the dragon. They keep saying it again. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself here, but they said creative force. Like you are a creative force of nature, group number 2. And I really cannot overstate that. I can understate that. I cannot overstate that. You are like this crazy, powerful, creative being, and you need room to grow. You need freedom to use your own authority. You need to let yourself be that, is what I'm hearing. Because maybe at some point you kind of got away from yourself, and I don't know how this happened. Maybe somebody told you, stop chasing the butterflies. You need to do it this way. It needs to be perfect. Maybe somebody crushed the creativity out of you, or told you were doing it wrong. Criticized you. Yeah, you've got the judgment card here. Maybe they judged you and they squashed that, and then you hid it away. They were showing me that in the 4 of Pentacles, like he's sitting on this box, and in my mind they were showing me, this is like your magic, this is your gift, this is your creativity, and you're sitting on it trying to, like hide it away because it didn't feel like it was perfect or good enough. Maybe something to do with your family growing up. You've got a baby boy here again. Dang, something about the baby boy. Happy family, like letting yourself, like let's say, for example, you are thinking about, or you're about to become a mother or a father, and you're like, oh my God, this is such a huge responsibility. How am I going to do this? I need to do it perfectly. And then you're stressing out about it. Spirit's like, just kind of like take the back seat for a second and gain some perspective. Like look out the window. You don't always have to be white knuckling the drive. Sometimes you can just relax, let Spirit take the wheel here and guide you towards what is really going to re-inspire you and make you feel confident about your ability to express this magic. It's going to give you some kind of a leg up because it shifts your perspective, okay? Let's get into your letters. Okay, so for group number 2, what else do they need to know in the month of February? Oh, I heard not. Or I heard it and then I saw it. Axe. Look at, you've got all these tools. The hammer, the axe, the measuring tape. Like you're trying to build something here, but maybe you just kind of need to take the pressure off around that perfectionism of how it needs to look. You've got sun and sun. Yeah, there's something about a sun here. I don't know what this is specifically referring to, but there's something about a sun. And you did have the sun charm as well, like S-U-N. And you got that here too. So there's some repeating messages here that Spirit just told me they're confidential. Okay. And maybe that's why some of it is veiled to me and I'm not being allowed to see like the exact details of this. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, makes sense. I'm seeing Tiff. Could be short for Tiffany. Maybe you get into a tiff with someone and you need to kind of like reel yourself back in. QU just wanted to come out, but I was trying to spell mud here. I was seeing mud. Getting yourself out of the mud and into the sun. I also just saw a bunch of pigs playing in the mud, rolling around in the mud, and the sun was shining, and it looked great. Like, let pigs roll. I heard let pigs roll. That's interesting. Toy. There's a lot to do with play here. Maybe it's like inner child energy. Fit. Maybe your inner child is kind of having a little bit of a temper tantrum at times. Let yourself explore that. There could be something magical in that wants to come out. Wax. I'm seeing a melting candle. And it's kind of reminding me of like how they used to use candles to tell time. Like they would put nails into the candle. Oh yeah, the hammer. They would put nails into the candle, and when it would burn down to that point, the nail would fall and it would wake you up. It was like an alarm clock. Or you could put notches in the candle, and how long it would take to burn down to that would give you an indication of the time that had passed before clocks. So there's something about like playing with time, or time being malleable like wax. We did have the example of the melting wax from the beehive as well. Oh my God, I just realized. So something about melting wax, or something being malleable, and time being needed, because in this example, it's like the passing of time that's being measured by the candle burning down. And the other example, it was the time and the body heat of the bees that kind of melted the wax and made it form into that hexagonal structure. So maybe there's something about giving yourself time here. You're like wax, and you kind of just need the heat, which is fire, creativity, passion, inspiration. Fire is also spirit. The sun is fire too. To kind of like melt the wax so that it fits together in the most efficient way. But do it playfully. Sun can also be child energy as well. Toy feels like fun and play. Mud, I was seeing that the sun, or like the heat that melts the wax, hardens the mud. Two different substances. Feels like clay, like sculptures. Both wax and mud are making me think of like clay. Claymation, creating sculptures, pottery, working with your hands, building something. Mapping out the design, I'm hearing. I just heard wonder. I don't think we have all of the letters for it. No, we don't. But wonder. A sense of wonder. Oh, that's the cat and the butterfly. A sense of wonder. And I just heard sutra. Again, we don't have all the word or the letters for it, but I use these more as prompts than anything else. Sutra, that's reminding me of like Karma Sutra. You did have the yoga pose, something about maybe like molding your body into a different position so that you can channel energy through more efficiently. Yeah, that could be part of this. And fix, I just saw that as well. Yeah, you've got a lot to do with fixing something this month. Group 2, you're finding a way. You're finding another way, a better way. I'm hearing a better way. So let yourself get curious, because that's where you're going to learn something new. You're going to see something that inspires you. I just heard. Okay. So you could be like watching a video, or you could see somebody doing something, creating something that inspires or re-inspires you, or allows you to kind of problem solve something to fix it. They're showing me like kind of mashing two things together, almost like cross. What is this? How can I describe this, Spirit? Multimedia art. That's thank you, Spirit. I was like, what is this called? I know there's like a word for it. Multimedia. So it's kind of like mashing up. So say, for example, like a wax sculpture with drawing, and then you make like a claymation video where it's like the background is animation and then the characters are these claymation things. You know what it's like a mashup of these different ways of expressing, or like music videos. Yeah, it's like music and videos. Music videos. It's like multimedia. And letting yourself kind of explore that and have fun with it. Mutt. And I'm not seeing as like a mutt, as like a dog, like a mixed breed. Oh, mixed. Mixed. I was just saying like mixed media. Yeah, mixing things up. And what I was actually getting from that was mutter. Again, we don't have all the things from that, but that reminded me of to say something quietly, kind of like muttering to yourself, thinking to yourself, mulling something over. The other thing is when I said mutter out loud, because I kind of like roll my T's and turn them into D's, it sounded like mutter, which is, I believe that's part of like people who construct buildings, like the mutters. If anybody knows what a mutter is, can you put it in the comments? I think it's somebody who, like, do they lay brickwork, or yeah, something about fixing, something about building. That's a big message that's coming through for you for February. So work with that energy in a new way, combining different aspects and getting curious about what you can create. I think that's really the message here, group number 2. So I will leave it at that. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. Don't forget to check out my other channel, the Divine Channel. I will leave it linked in the description box below. On that channel, we do collective readings. So here we do pick a cards, and there we're doing collective stuff. So there's more sort of intricate messages that want to come through there for you or for the collective. So check that out if you feel so called. Thank you again for your support. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful February and beyond for your greatest and highest good. And so it is. Much love, guys. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Gilded Tarot for February. So let's take a look and see what wants to come out. Okay. You've got some already. So we have the Emperor. I heard forceful thinking. 4 of Cups in reverse. I feel like this bowl energy, like you're forcing your way forward through some kind of a barrier, like lowering your head and kind of charging, breaking down the doors or the walls. I'm hearing Queen of Swords. Not backing down, not taking no for an answer. closed doors are just going to get busted down this month. Wow. 5 of Wands. Not playing small, I'm hearing. Wow, your energy is so different than group number 2 and even group number 1. This energy for February for you, group 3, feels really strong, like forceful, but I think it's in a good way. Yeah, I think it's in a good way because you're not being aggressive. You're just not backing down. You're really fully in your authority. Like that's the major sense I get. And there's something about, I just heard the word vague. Where things were vague, you're like, no, let's get very specific. Let's put it on the table. Let's talk about it. So I feel like this month you're not beating around the bush. You're going to be really open, very blunt, blatant with people. And I do see other people around. But you are just like, I'm the leader. I'm the boss. I'm in control of myself. I say this and this is what goes. Big boss energy. 8 of Pentacles. This could be in the work environment. You could be challenged. I just heard that with the 5 of Wands in this card. You could be challenged by somebody who is undermining you in some way, seeking to compete with you, or they're saying to compel you. So like they want to change your mind, or they want to subtly influence you, and they may be vague, or they may be kind of like, the word I'm actually hearing is insidious. Ooh, I don't really like that energy. It's like they're trying to manipulate. They have ulterior motives. But you are in this big boss energy. So you're like, no, I'm not having none of that. Thanks, but no thanks. We're going to do it this way. Yeah, there's that vague energy, the moon card. There's some kind of manipulation going on from behind the scenes. And that's why the guidance here and the energy here for February is so strong. It's like, don't let that have its way with you. You blast right through it. Because there's, pay attention to the details I'm also hearing, and make sure that you're analyze the details. Don't be vague about anything. Be very specific, because it feels like somebody's trying to like catch you in a loophole or catch you in some vague terminology or something, especially if this is like work related and contract related, or there's some kind of miscommunication that they're trying to use to their advantage. I don't usually get messages like this, okay? I don't usually get like these types of interpersonal stuff, but it's coming through, so I have to report it. Make sure that you are standing up for yourself. Temperance. Somebody's testing the limits with you. That's what I just heard, testing the limits. Maybe you're testing the limits, because all they said was testing the limits. So I don't know if it's you or if it's them. Maybe both. Yeah, could be both. Justice reversed. This is what they're showing me. This is what Spirit's telling me, is that they want you to understand this. They want you to be aware so that you can contend, so that you can handle it. Because somebody's not being fair here. They're trying to break the rules. They're trying to like go behind the scene and influence things, and they're doing it in a way that they're concealing something, but you are going to see those details. Look at the little mouse here. You are going to see those details. You're going to look at the little things. I'm hearing something about sign on the dotted line. This feels like a contract, whether it's a little contract. Maybe it is presented to you as something small, and they're kind of saying like, oh, it's not a big deal, like just sign here or consent to this in some way. If it's not like literally signing contracts can have to do with consent. And Spirit's advising you to just be very, very hyper aware of what's going on here. Any distortion, any delusion, any illusion, any manipulation, any gaslighting, any ulterior motives, they really want you to like spot those and charge right through them. Be like, not having that. The Empress. Because I keep getting that you're the Emperor and the Empress. It's like if this is a boss doing this to you, you're just as much of a boss. So don't back down. Do not become subservient. Obviously, temper yourself. Don't overpower or like trample anyone. But there's a need for you to be in your power this month. And it's coming through really strongly. And you're encouraged to be strong about this, not to back down. Mother and father, Empress and Emperor is giving mother-father vibes. Teacher, student dynamics, boss, employee, employer. I don't know how this is going to show up, but there's some kind of like a hidden contract and they want you to root that out. How are you going to do that? 8 of Cups. They said look for the small details, and they're showing me fine print. Look for the small details. And I just saw the example of in the movie Shrek. This is so funny. In the movie Shrek, when the fairy godmother, he has the potion, True Love's Beauty or something like that or whatever, and there's like fine print on the label. They're also showing me Rumpelstiltskin. These are both examples from Shrek. That's funny. But yeah, it's like something about contracts and fine print that you're not aware of. So like ask for the details and don't back down if whoever this is or whatever the situation is we're talking about kind of like tries to take you through a loop, kind of like force them to tell you the truth kind of thing. Judgment. Yeah, this and in reverse too. Force somebody to tell you the truth. Because there's something that's hidden that you don't see. 10 of Swords, that could be detrimental. Now, this is not to invoke fear. This is just a warning so that you are forearmed, so that you go into this strong and powerful, and it doesn't catch you off guard. Let me move these over so that it doesn't catch you off guard. They want you to know this so that you have ample time to prepare yourself, whether it's mentally, emotionally, financially, legally. I don't know, but there's something here that you can. They said get away with. Yeah, somebody's trying to get away with something here. I feel like I need more info. And for some reason, I'm being drawn to this Major Arcana only little creative deck. Okay, what are we talking about here for group number 3? This is such a drastic energy shift from groups 1 and 2. I'm kind of a bit floored here. All right, let's do it. On the bottom, you have the Chariot. It feels like someone's trying to get ahead, but they're trying to do it in like a distorted way. You have the Death card. The Moon again. Look, the Moon twice. So there's definitely something veiled here, or it will be revealed in the dark of night, I just heard. And then you have Strength. So you are being asked to show strength. They just keep saying it. I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself, but they really want to drive this message home because they're telling it to me over and over again. That you are meant to have strength here. You're meant to show strength. Put up a strong front. Don't back down. Don't let them emotionally manipulate you into giving up something that is rightfully yours. Like your body or your money or your work or your effort or something or your authority. It's like, this is talking about sovereignty. Your sovereignty is being challenged this month. There's like a snake in the garden and there's a rat in the grass or something, and it's like, you've just got to be aware of that. Don't fear it. You can almost like kind of just be like, okay, I see you. Like, what are you doing? It's like silly. They're trying to hide and you're like, got you. I can see you. You don't have to get mad about it or anything. You can just kind of be like, all right, well, not gonna happen, bud. I'm not taking that. I'm not agreeing to that. I'm not consenting to that. No. They're trying to grab at you and you're like, no. I can see through. Look, even in this Strength card, it's like they're trying to put their hands over your eyes. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And you're like, no, I can see through your hand. I trust my heart. I trust the divine. I have this connection with source, with spirit, with my guides, with my higher self, that I know the truth here. And you can't pass judgment on me when really what you're trying to do is distort my perception of myself, gaslight me into doubting my truth, and then to consenting to something that I do not and will not consent to. Ooh, that's intense. I just heard being put to death. This is not literal. It feels past life. All of a sudden I got this like rush of energy from a past life. Oh, it's a soul contract. Judgment. Yeah, this is a soul contract. And this time around, you're not falling for it. You did in the past life, and it may have resulted in not great circumstances. But somebody's going to have to pay the toll here. This is such an intense reading. Holy crap. And I just saw the Chariot card from on the bottom here. These hands looked like the hands from the guy in Pan's Labyrinth. So creepy. Seeing through the hands. What does this mean? Spirit's being really cryptic with your reading, and yet really forceful, seeing through the palms of the hands. Maybe seeing through your senses, being able to feel something. Even when you can't see it, you can still touch it and kind of feel what's going on. I heard success is on your side. So in the past, you were stabbed in the back, and this did result in your death in a previous lifetime, I'm hearing. Okay, we're getting real intense here. Group number 3. What the heck? Because you didn't see it. You didn't see it. Why didn't you see it? You trusted them, I just heard. You trusted them, so you didn't see it. You felt it, but you denied what you felt because you wanted to trust them, because you liked them, because they were charming. But what you didn't realize was that person was a manipulator. And they did that charm as a facade to get under your skin, to get you to do what they wanted. And it's like you took the fall for them or something. Oh my God, I just got shivers all down my back. The Ten of Swords being stabbed in the back. I just got shivers all down my back and it felt prickly. And now I'm seeing a porcupine. So like this time around, I think you may have been taken for a snack because you're like this soft little fuzzy beautiful little creature. Not to say that you're little, but you know what I'm saying. They're showing me a porcupine and they're so freaking cute. But they got spikes. You put those spikes up, group number 3. Put those spikes up. You can protect yourself this time around. And that's why you're being given this awareness to be able to actually look at this and see what's been going on so that you don't repeat the pattern, because you're not meant to. Because when you got out of that lifetime, you looked back, you did the life review, they're showing me all of that right now. And you were like, oh, whoops, okay, I see what happened here. And what am I learning from this? Okay, well, I'm going to reincarnate, and in the next lifetime, I'm going to deal with that same either individual, like it could be the same person at soul level, just in a different body, in a different role in your life. That will happen. Or it could be somebody else, but it's the same pattern. It's the same energy signature. It doesn't really matter. It's just... It gives you the opportunity to face it head on and to overcome it, to not succumb to that same pattern or that same, the same outcome. So in this lifetime, you're like, I learned, I know better. I'm not going to fall for it again. You know, like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And it's not to say that you've got to be ashamed of this at all. Maybe you did get fooled more than once, and that's okay too. Sometimes it takes a while to recognize a pattern and to strengthen yourself enough to be able to face it. It's not easy. But you're doing this, group number 3, and in February, it does feel like a turning point, a major turning point where you are able, and more importantly, willing to stand up for yourself, to stand up for your authority, to defend yourself, to stand in your power. And nothing can shake that. Because when you choose to do that, nothing can take that away from you. You just keep those spikes out, okay? And you can still be that soft, beautiful, loving creature. And you can still have spikes. In fact, the soft, loving, beautiful creatures are the ones who need the spikes the most, aren't they? Because if you're an empath and you're sensitive, or you're somebody who has a big heart and is very loving, it might feel uncomfortable to say no. It might feel uncomfortable to call somebody out, to embarrass them for what they're trying to do, or to even just stand up for yourself. It can feel awkward or uncomfortable to do so. But you need that, because you do have this like beautiful, soft underbelly, and it deserves armor to protect it, because it's a precious, precious thing. Okay, let's go ahead and get into your charms now. I'm feeling really like passionate about this. Like, I'm almost upset that this person is trying to do this again, but I know that it's all part of the larger lesson, and that you are really learning boundaries from this, if nothing else. But it's more than that. It's like your own sovereignty. This is really what this boils down to. Okay. I'm going to leave these out, actually. I did that for the other readings, and I want to put the strength card on top and just leave it here, so that you can really tune into the energy of that strength, seeing through the veil, the illusions, or somebody else's like attempt at confusing you. You're able to see and get your way out there. Okay, so charms. For group number 3, in the month of February. Can we have some additional information instead of what we were talking about here? Because sometimes they'll keep kind of going on about a message, but I feel like it's time to kind of move on from that. You can stand in your power. Let's look at some other stuff that's going on in February. Ooh, I feel like I really want to mix it up. Really want to mix it up. Oops. The little confetti ball rolled off the table, and I kind of just want to leave it off to the side, and I want to put it here for some reason. So, I'll come back to that. I knew you were going to get a big dragon. I saw them when I was mixing it up. I didn't feel it in my hand, but I had a feeling that you were going to get a big dragon. So this is that power energy, raw power. And you can defend your territory. You can defend what you value, what's yours. Like, again, they're just kind of driving that message home. But yeah, you're just so powerful. Fierce this month, fierce. And wearing your crown too. Got the golden crown in the self with that dragon there. It's like you're just owning your power this month. It's so cool. And in the self, you also have never, never give up. You see, like never give up, never surrender. What is that from? Galaxy Quest. You've been questing through the galaxy here. Yeah, for sure. Emotionally, you have this is actually a really cute little happy pig. So emotionally, oh, that's interesting. The pig here is talking to me about a couple of different things. Look, oh, you've got a sheep up here too. Something about farm animals, farm life. I don't know what that's about. We'll get more info as we go along. But the first thing I heard from the pig was actually stubborn. It's not something that pigs are usually associated with, but maybe they are stubborn. I don't know. I've never had pigs. So I'm also seeing something about bacon. So again, money is significant, or they see you as a pig and they can just harvest bacon. I'm sorry to keep going on this message. It's just coming through. But I do also get a message about something lucky with the pig. And I just heard year of the pig. I know we're moving into the year of the snake, but maybe you were born in the year of the pig, or someone is in the year of the pig. Someone else was born in the year of the pig, something like that. Or maybe there's some message in the year of the pig. Like if you looked it up and it said the qualities of that person, maybe those are things you're tapping into. I don't know what the year of the pig talks about, but that is coming up. So I'll just leave that there. Emotionally, he's happy. The pig is happy. So I feel like in February, you're going to be very satisfied with yourself, very satisfied with your ability to get what you want. They said as happy as a pig in a pen. It's like you've got all your needs met. Farm animals, spiritual, you've got the sheep here. Both of these are animals that provide some kind of resource, whether it's for food or for clothing. You have a lot of resources. Group 3. The dragon guards the treasure. The treasure is the sovereignty. It's your personal power. And you're not giving up on that. Spiritually, in the month of February, you have the cat looking at the butterfly. And then you actually have a butterfly sitting right next to it as well. If you were called to group number 2, that could be significant because they had a big message coming up about the cat and the butterfly. But spiritually, oh, that's so cool. I saw a butterfly in my mind, and then it was like flitting around, and it was very delicate and beautiful. And then I saw a butterfly with armor. It had armor on its wings and on its body. So this is again going back to that sort of porcupine message that they were giving us. It's like you're able to really defend yourself even if you are more soft on the inside kind of thing, or even if you have this delicate energy, you're really able to be strong in February. As I was describing the image of the butterfly in armor, I also saw a pig crunching bones. And I do know that pigs can eat like everything. Like they can eat, the only thing that's left behind is the teeth. So like you're able to like crunch something. There's like power, force, maybe even in your jaw, something about your jaw, your teeth, or this is to do with like communication or confidence. The jaw crushing power of the dragon too. Like, dang, you're strong. Oh my God, so strong. Okay. Let's see, the mental / self. You have this black rose wreathed in pearls. It feels like delicate value, but it's like you're tapping into some kind of like, the dark in the heart, the black heart, and the mental with the black heart and the key in it, the keyhole. So there's something that you're unlocking here in your mind to do with like this dark power. And I don't mean like dark magic, okay? We're not talking black magic here, although that may have been what was used against you to manipulate you, like it got into your mind, or they tried to get it into your heart. But you're learning to protect yourself. You're coming back stronger, and you're actually alchemizing or transmuting that energy is what they're showing me now. So you're taking that darkness and you're using it and turning it into your own strength or into your own power. You have the keys to unlock. Actually, the Hierophant was underneath, and I did notice that sitting there, and he's got the 2 keys here, and you've got that keyhole. So the Hierophant is the teacher, he's the priest, the prophet. He's got the skull right there too. So death was part of this process. I'm not sure what happened. Someone in a position of authority, because the Hierophant can be authority. We also had the Emperor, which is authority. Sentence you to death. Yeah, I'm getting like off with their heads energy. Or they let you take the fall for something. And I'm seeing these wings having drooped down. It's not going to focus, is it? Come on. There. The wings drooping down. And this month you're calling judgment on that person. Like divine judgment. Wow. I just heard never happens again. It never happens again. Because you've unlocked how to take this energy transfer that was distorted and turn it into your own power, your own sovereignty, reclaiming that. I'm sorry. I was looking for other messages here. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting. We have the avocado, and I'm actually seeing the avocado and the tree being connected. Do avocados grow on trees? I feel like they do. But for some reason in my mind, I always pictured them growing on bushes. I don't know. But there's something about like bearing fruit. And The outer layer of the avocado is very soft, but the seed is very hard. So this feels like karma, like this other person is bearing the fruit that they sowed, that they allowed to take root. And so are you. And discovering in yourself this power to grow to balance temperance energy, to balance and harmonize the softness and the strength, to bear beautiful fruit. There's a time limit, they just said, because the avocado can ripen really fast and go bad really fast. So there could be a project. I'm hearing something about a project with work that starts out looking like a really good option and then it turns bad really fast. And you're like, oh, okay, this is what Siobhan was talking about in the reading. May not make sense right now. But if you come back to this later, maybe it doesn't even happen in February. Maybe it happens later, but you're being given warning now. But it's not like you need to be on the alert so much. It's just kind of like, know your power, know your strength, you'll be good. But it'll turn really fast. And then you're being asked to just step away. Yeah, set the boundary and then step away. So then finally you've got this like confetti ball, and I wanted to, for some reason, put it on strength. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of resources. Okay, you have a lot of resources contained within you, or you're going to be getting a lot of resources to be strong. It keeps like rolling all over the place. So something may feel like it's kind of got like a life of its own, like a big ball rolling down a hill. You can't really control where it goes. It feels like karma. But your strength is what is in your control, and that's the resource that you have. And then boom, everything else is going to kind of, I'm hearing wrapping things up. You're tying up some loose ends, okay? You're wrapping things up. Neat little bow, they just said. And they said something about a package. And then they're pointing me back to never, never give up. And I'm also hearing never, never land. Somebody needs to grow up here. The other person, they need to grow up. Or you have grown up. And you needed these experiences over different lifetimes to allow you to mature at the soul level and to grow and bear fruit. Yes. To discover your authority, I just heard. Maybe you're even stepping into a leadership position, and this is why this is coming up. Yeah, so just anchor and ground yourself. You've got like a layer of cushioning, whether it's this wool or it's like spirit around you, or it's that armor at some level. It's like you've got this layer of cushioning or protection around you. So take heart in that. Okay, let's get letters and then we'll close out your reading. So I'm just going to pop these in here. Let's see what else Spirit has for you in the month of February, group number 3. The R fell off the table or off the little mat, and I feel like there could be somebody with the name that starts with the letter R. That's significant here. I'm seeing east, pot, E.T. Thor. Yeah, Thor with his hammer. Like, you're the only one who can control that hammer. It's like Excalibur. Like, you're chosen for this leadership position, and maybe you just had to mature to be able to do that. Easter also is coming up, so something around Easter could be significant here. So moving into the spring, and I did mention this doesn't necessarily have to be in February, but you're being given warning about it now so that you can like maybe do something about it. PT, I don't know why that just stood out to me. PT, physical therapist, not sure. Ton, it's like a ton of pressure on you, but you're strong enough to be able to hold it and push it back. They're showing me like a bodybuilder, so strong. Okay, I saw these, and then they said these eyes. Yeah, these eyes. Seen a lot of highs and lows, but they're never going to see another one like I had with you. Maybe this is like a relationship dynamic, and this person is trying to get you to feel like there's nobody better than them, but really that's like a ton of shit. Ton of pig poop. But they're happy rolling in that crapola. So yeah, you don't have to play in that party. QR, for some reason, like if we take away the U, I'm seeing QR code. There's coding in this. Okay, yeah, I just saw the word tear. Ugh, and it's like sticking. So tore. Something was torn and it evoked a tear in you. Tori? Seeing thestral, that's not how you spell it. And I know we don't have the letters for it. Your times of yore. Yeah, this is past tense, and thestral is a mythical creature from Harry Potter that can only be seen by those who have witnessed death. And you did have the death card and references to death coming up a couple times in your reading. So yeah, it feels like you can see what's invisible here. The moon card can't talk about something that's veiled or unseen or invisible, but you can see it because you've been touched by that, and you can see what's going on. Other people can't see, but you can. HR, human resources, maybe there's something going. Yeah, it feels like it's work related. Group number 3. Rory, I just saw as well. Rory, Tori. Torn. Okay, something said something was torn. It's an old story of yours. The story. I saw path, even though we don't have an A. Something about a path that you have followed, identifying the story and where things got ripped. Soul fabric. I'm hearing retry. Can we even spell that? Yes. Retry. And they're saying stone. Ooh, that's like Sword in the Stone energy again. But I'm also getting like, be strong like stone. Top. Moving to the top. Okay, I just saw theta. Again, we don't have an A. The A is missing. There is an A on the other side here, I'm noticing, but the A is missing and that's significant. So it's like maybe there's something that's missing, but you can kind of fill in the gaps. A is the first letter of the alphabet. So there's something about going first. Again, A is reminding me of like the number 1, being a leader, being independent. You're going to put somebody in the hot seat. Hot. It's going to get real hot. And they might try to get you to stop, but you got to do what's right here. Justice must be served. I just heard justice must be served. And for those who are resonating with this, I'm getting that you're a very compassionate being and you don't like to see anybody suffer, even like your worst enemy. Or that's a message for someone. And so you may want to stop when you see this person kind of like writhing underneath being caught. They might be embarrassed or they might be put in like a tricky situation, but you kind of have to do it. Terry. Pot. I saw a cauldron. Oh, it's witchy energy. But no, I saw a cauldron and it's reminding me of a couple of different things, like out of the pot and into the fire, or whatever, out of the frying pan into the fire type of energy. But the other thing I was seeing was like the witches, the 3 witches, toil, something, bubble, what? it's reminding me of like Shakespeare, the Fates, or the Three Witches. So there's something about like black magic that was going on here. And I don't usually talk about that stuff, but it does happen. Black magic is just ill intent, especially when it's done like really, really intentionally, or even with ritual involved. Then yeah, like it is that, but you're stopping that. You're putting a stop to it. Yeah, they keep saying retry. So this is like a second try, because that past life, it didn't work out for you, but you learned and you strengthened yourself from that. I think I'm just going to keep repeating myself. There's something more they're telling me. Okay. What is it? Hone. They said hone. And they're showing me somebody sharpening their sword. Your mind is your sword. What do they say? The pen is mightier than the sword. So your pen is mightier. What contracts you sign are mightier than an actual weapon. They're showing me something about a street. We don't have a second E, but street. Oops. Something about a street or a street name. Sesame Street? I saw the word thread, even though we don't have all the letters for it, and they're showing me 3. So this could occur in 3 stages. Three stages of the story. Pot. Did I mention pot? I don't know if I did. It's like a planter pot. Yeah, I'm hearing thrice. So something has happened 3 times maybe. Or the 3rd time is when you finally say that's enough. They said rent, and then I heard living in my head rent free. So don't let anybody live in your head rent free. Short story. Maybe this does feel like a story. Like you could write a story out of this. Shorty, like something about like being small, but then growing up. Then versus now, I heard. And try again. They keep saying that. Try again. Then versus now. Maybe this was somebody that you knew when you were physically shorter, like when you were a child. Or this person triggers something in you that was a pattern from childhood that you learned from your parents. We had the emperor and empress, which can be mother and father. Authority figures. The first authority figures we encounter in life. They kind of program us, but the word program wanted to come out as progress. So you've been making progress on these programs. Yes, you are a professional and you can trust yourself. Ty. Tot. Like a tater tot or like a child. Yeah, so there's something about from childhood that you are progressing past some of these old programs. Hen. Look at, you had the pig, the sheep, and now the hen. So there's something about like farm animals. Maybe this happened on a farm in this past life. That could be triggers for you to kind of look into and see what this is going to show you. I'm hearing the word shot, and they showed me, yeah. So maybe this is about you shooting your shot. Maybe this is about you having been shot in that previous lifetime. But you're going into overtime. Overtime. Or overarching time. They're saying storyline, and they're showing me like a connection between the first book, the second book, and the third book. Over time. Making connections. Those what? They didn't answer me on those what. They kind of went silent there, and I was just kind of like fishing around for things. But then I saw north. And didn't we have east? North. Something about north. True north, the north node. Part of your destiny. Pry. Somebody's trying to prying eyes, they said. And I know we don't have a second E, but they're showing me the word teeth. Yeah, gnashing teeth. So, yeah. This has been a major thorn in your side, okay? Yeah, major thorn in your side. Took a lot of strength to get through this. Pretty? Maybe there's some jealousy going on here. Oh no, you're going to be sitting pretty. That's what they just said. Okay. And they're saying north again. Rearrange it. North. So maybe you're rearranging something that was a thorn in your side. You're rearranging, repositioning it, learning the lesson, clearing the karma, clearing the contract specifically, and then being able to point in the direction of your destiny that actually works for you, the North Node. Yeah, okay. North Node just moved into Pisces too at I think the end of January or sometime in February. No, it was the end of January. Yeah, so there's something about your destiny being activated here. Okay, by fates divine. So good seeds, and you will see that come back. Stand in your power and your authority, and you'll be sitting pretty. You're very strong, and you deserve to protect that. Okay, group number 3. That is the reading. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was not triggering. And I hope, well, if it is triggering, then I hope it was triggering in a good way that helps you to uncover some of these hidden things or patterns or wounds from the past, and that it serves you in terms of stepping into your power, your leadership, your authority, and your sovereignty over all. So for your greatest and highest good, and the greatest, it's, wow, that's difficult for me to say right now. Okay, so you may have felt like this was not for your greatest and highest good, but affirm that it is, because it is. Even if you don't see it, if it took a couple lifetimes, but you're going to see it. This was for your greatest and highest good. May this reading be for your greatest and highest good, and the greatest and highest good of all. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm wishing you all the best in terms of protection, strength, and authority in the month of February and beyond. And don't forget to check out my other channel, second channel that I just started, The Divine Channel. It is linked in the description box below, and we do collective readings there. So they're like not pick a card style. They're more just general, and whatever spirit has been channeling through to me that they want me to get out in that format. So feel free to peruse through the list of readings that I've already started to stack up there, and all the other ones that I have here. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.